One of the things that I thought was really interesting about making this series is when I started thinking about what does a trusted brand mean, what icons, are things that I've kind of grown up with, and I took from my parents and then passed down to my son as well. I did a 3-month residency at the Bemis Arts Center in Omaha, Nebraska, and while I was making this particular painting, the whole situation in Ferguson broke out. And so I thought it was very interesting to be making a painting about being an American patriotic person, and we still having some of the same struggles going on. And you juxtapose that with this being the 50th anniversary of the March on Selma, and I thought these paintings have a lot of different sort of things happening within them.
This show was inspired by my work that I've been doing for the past couple of years now on the women who have lost their children to police brutality, both past and present. The Central Park 5 documentary, Yusef Salaam of the Central Park 5 talked about how when they were brought in to the precinct, they were told that they were being brought in for unlawful assembly. And up until that point, I hadn't heard of that term. After I saw that, I did some research and saw that, now unlawful assembly is for people gathering together with the, intent to incite some type of riot or harm. But again, who is really affected by this law? Like how many times do you see young people of color being stopped for something like this versus, people of European descent?
I met a really talented artist named Vera Mercer, and she was kind enough to let me use some of her large format prints in my painting. And so if you look in here, you'll see like little elements of, pieces by Vera Mercer.
In the painting, I have two of my good friends, my god brother, my father, and the color bars background is again just a reminder that these are things that are affecting mainly people of color, and also my way of making this discussion more permanent, hopefully in someone's mind.
Some things I could say about Sophia Dawson's pieces are that they're always political, they always have an agenda, and it highlights things in the Black community that we all talk about, but that we really don't think about in our day-to-day unless you're always in the struggle.
For me, the favorite piece was the Captain Crunch logo. Little shout out he did hidden in there of the Knicks and the colors. So it's just like I said, it's good to see him in the front as instead of usually behind the scenes, getting other artists to do work and being the artist that he is.
And obviously I met him all the time because he was the guy who had the graphics from that, help us create all the creative, like the posters, flyers, etc., etc. And I was always up here in New York at the Def Jam office. So I would see him all the time. He was a hard-working guy. He used to beat him up all the time because everything was a delay. Everybody was always trying to get something quick. So, I've known his brother. Has great tenacity and obviously good work.
I love Sophia. She's phenomenal. I spent nights and evenings with her watching her paint, make these pieces from her warehouse to her garage. She's just phenomenal.
It's fashion, it's art, and it's music. And it's Cey Adams. Thanks a lot.